Turned back by Collins, cleared by Stevens. Now Rogan. Still Rogan. Not quite what Tommy Coyne intended. Breaks off his head for the goal kick. Now there was Rogan's shot, deflected by Coyne, wide of the target. Well, the referee now has allowed almost 3 minutes of injury time. There's certainly been plenty of that too in the second half, a lot of stoppages. It has been by no means a classic football occasion, although Celtic went about the task in the first half extremely well with a committed, fast approach, which won the game in the end. There's the final whistle. Celtic are the winners by 2-0. Jerry Crady in 6 minutes, Darius Dubček in 37, and Billy McNeil is talking to Rob McLean.
Billy, that was an amazing game.
Well, we felt before it, Rob, if we were allowed to play football, then we would win. We did play football and we did win. The most important aspect about it, that's not to be forgotten, is that we played the football here today. We were entitled to win, and we never lost our composure, which was more important.
The draw for the semi-finals is tomorrow. Celtic lost out on penalties last season. Is this the season in the cup for Celtic?
Well, we're certainly in the semi-final. We're delighted for that. This was a big obstacle. We came through it with some ease, and I'm absolutely delighted. My players deserve every credit and every praise for the performance today.
Happy St. Patrick's Day for Celtic.
Certainly is, certainly is.
Well done, thanks very much.
Thank you, thank you.
So at the end of a torrid 90 minutes of Scottish Cup tie action, it's Celtic who go through by 2-0. But I would have to say that this was not the kind of cup tie that anyone would want to see. A total of 4 orderings off. There were some fairly ugly scenes both on and off the pitch. There will clearly be repercussions. I think the SFA will obviously want to look at various aspects of the game, and I think it's taken an awful lot of the gloss off a very good Celtic performance, Murdo.
Yeah, I think first half they were so good, well on top, played great. Second half there's so many incidents on the park off the ball, which was very disappointing. You know, if you're going to take your grievance out against a player, wait till he's got the ball, go and win the ball fairly. But I think everything off the ball just spoiled the game today.
Davy, you've played in so many of these games, as has Murdo. It is easy to become caught up in the tension, but you can't really justify some of what we saw this afternoon.
No, I think it was disgraceful the second half, both sides. I think, to me, the referee didn't have control of the game at any part of it, right from the start. But that's no excuse for the behaviour that went on during the game. And I think all the ordering offs were really justified in the end. There's nothing else he could do.
Murdo, obviously Andrew Waddell's handling of the game will be the subject of a lot of discussion. As Davy says, the orderings off were justified, but before that, would you have any criticism of him?
Yeah, I think probably it was a build-up of things that he gradually lost the game a wee bit. I think it wasn't just at one particular incident, it was a few incidents that built up, and the first ordering off, the second one shortly after it, and the last 15 minutes, you know, players were getting away with what they wanted to get away with.
That's right. It's difficult to look for good things in the second half, David, because really the whole atmosphere turned really quite ugly. But there was some skill on display, but Rangers never really looked as if they were going to come back into the tie, did they?
No, I think when Terry Hurlock gets sent off, they had the extra man at that time and they were looking to get a goal then. He got ordered off and their hopes, I think, faded then. Mark Walters early on in the second half got a couple of balls across, but they never really looked like getting back into the game. I think Rangers lost the game today in the first 15 minutes. They didn't seem to have the appetite that Celtic had, and the result justified in the end, I think.
Celtic obviously will take all the plaudits for the way they approached the game, particularly, Murdo, I think.
Yeah, I think this game will be remembered for the first half. The way they played, it was even Stevens, but the way Celtic played, they applied themselves right from the start. They got their goals there, the first goal very early, second one just before half-time, killed off Rangers completely. But as you said, Dougie, the second half, there's no real highlights in it, football-wise.
What about the repercussions, Davey? I mean, I would imagine, and I'm obviously guessing here, that the SFA might want to take a look at some of the incidents. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, they possibly will. As I say, when it comes down to the off-the-ball incidents, it's very serious. They'll have to take a look at that. Fouls and things that go on are just part of the game, but the off-the-ball stuff can have something to do with what happens on the terracing, and they really can't have that.
Again, it's the old firm, it's the unique tension of the old firm, and little personal niggles can very build up into the sort of thing we saw today, can't they?
Yeah, I think with the way the seasons went for Celtic this year, it's been disappointing in the league. Rangers have been so far in front, and obviously Rangers were out to win the Scottish Cup for the first time for a long while. Celtic, it's the only thing they've got left in the season. So obviously the players are really keyed up today. You know, there's been a big build-up for it since the draw was made. It's not like a normal league game comes along and you've only got 3 or 4 days talking about it. The cup game today was so highlighted so much for the last few weeks, and I think its second half showed all the pressure today.
Well, there we are then. We're coming towards the end of our time. Thanks very much indeed to you, Murdo, and to you, Davy, for joining us this afternoon. It's been a Scottish Cup quarter-final tie, which gave us some very good football in the first half. We enjoyed that. I must say that the second half there was very little to enjoy, and a lot of scenes which will be discussed and talked about for some time to come. But at the end of it all, it is Celtic who win by 2-0, and they go that little step further on the road to Hampden. From all of us at Celtic Park, goodbye.